I want you to ask yourself a question. When was the last time you visited a trampoline park? Not too long ago. Or has it? Maybe it was 2014, 2015, 2016, a couple years ago. Maybe you just went yesterday. But the truth is, you don't go to one as often. Why is that? What happened to all those fun niche trampoline parks that people used to go to? All those family-owned trampoline parks that, you only saw 10 people inside of, that you drove by and you didn't really think anything of it? What happened to those? They all started closing down. It's for a couple of reasons, honestly, and that's what I want to get into in today's video. Hey, what's up, guys? My name's Isaac. You might know me as, no one really. I haven't posted as much, but I did post 2 videos last year. That's it. That's a huge accomplishment for me. And I'm trying to upload more frequently. You don't care. The niche, fun things that we're going to get into today and my autistic ramblings. Woohoo! If you grow up early 2010s to late 2010s, like me, if you're like 2008, 2007, 2006, or maybe even 2009, you ended up going to a lot of these niche indoor trampoline parks as a kid. Maybe it was like Bounce You, Sky Zone, or what was it? The other one? What was the other one? Pump It Up. Any of those, really. Those were a ton of the niche ones, unlike Sky Zone. Sky Zone wasn't niche. Lame Sky Zone. Who don't like Sky Zone when we talk about them. I mean, unless you like Sky Zone. But that's a different story. Trampoline parks. They are the pinnacle of your Pinterest nostalgia board. It's pretty much all it is. Liminal spaces, dream core, all those really take place in like trampoline parks and like I guess old aquatic parks too. But that's really it. But doot, doot, doot. All right. But really, what happened to them? Have you started going to one? Have you been to one in the past couple years? Don't really think so, because first of all, you're probably like you're probably a teenager. You don't want to go to a trampoline park anymore. But they slowly started to become less relevant, right, over the past couple years. Maybe after COVID, you stopped going to them because they're unsafe, dirty, and like honestly, I don't want to break a bone jumping on a trampoline. Like bone. Carl the skeleton running by. Yeah. What was that? Oh my god, he just ran by the screen. What? But what I want to go into today is what happened to these things? Why did people stop going to all these trampoline parks and instead started shifting their way towards more reminiscing and like nostalgia? Why are people starting to reminiscent of these trampoline parks instead of going to them? And what even happened to them in the first place? They started disappearing like a couple years ago. Why have we just started like reminiscing of them? Is what I'm trying to ask. I think I said that. So we're going to get into a couple of key core things today. So first one, I think is pretty obvious. We grew up. It's pretty obvious. We're not kids anymore. We're people born in like the late 2000s already know that. You're probably like, I don't know, being like a fat chud on your computer watching this video playing Overwatch on your second monitor. I know what you're doing. Come on, man. Don't be a chud. Now, the second reason I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about, it's kind of sad, honestly. Let's rewind a bit. So, in Nevada of 2010, early 2000s, right? You have this niche place called
Nevada.
Nevada. Nevada, my dick. We're proper here. Hello.
Oh, hello.
In Nevada of 2010, you have this trampoline company, right? Before 2010, before Sky Zone, you have like people bouncing around in like their backyard. Maybe you went over to your friend's George's trampoline to bounce on it for like a minute, and you got bored and out of breath because you're fat, and then you got off. That's it. You never really thought anything of it. But Sky Zone in 2010 decided to do something crazy. They opened up a trampoline park indoors. There's really big trampolines that you could bounce around for like hours and like get hurt. Yeah, it's pretty cool because you can, for the first time, little fat chud Timmy can go bounce around on the trampoline for like a couple hours. Burn off a couple calories. Get that cardio in that he never gets because he's a chud. Fat chud. He's probably back home on like Reddit or something. It's the only exercise he gets. And that's the only. Anyways, so continuing from there, it obviously gained a lot of attention because no one's ever seen anything like Sky Zone back then, right? It's the first of its kind, and over time, I think like across like the span of a couple years, it started gaining a lot of traction on things like on social media, like Facebook, like where all the Gen X are like, oh, we should start taking our children to trampoline parks. They're very safe and very amazing. I know my parents did. They took me to like kids birthday parties with trampoline parks all the time, even if I barely knew them. If they were like my cousin or whatever, or like my neighbor, or like my mom's cousin's friend. I don't know who you are, Harold. I'm sorry. What the hell? Oh, I don't know. Like I paid $80 for this shit mic. It's a blue mic. It's amazing. This thing's like incredible. But like, what the fuck? The cable, like the jack or whatever, like the port is like really bad. But other than that, it's a good microphone. But like, it's like it disconnects every now and then. What the fuck? I don't know what part I was on. So right, so parents had the time of their lives by doing absolutely fucking nothing and, laying back in, like, the chairs that they had there and watching their kids play for a couple hours or so. And that's pretty cool, but, after a while, what else are you going to do? And with the rise of social media, you have a ton of parents recommending to other parents that, hey, this is pretty cool. You have, you bounce around for a couple of hours and do nothing. Oh, pretty awesome. And I think for like maybe, I don't know, late 2010s, that tickets prices were pretty cheap. Maybe it was like $10 for like an hour or so of bouncing around and doing, or just bouncing on trampolines. There's nothing much to it. But that's pretty much how it was. Like, you pay $10, bounce around, and that's it. Or you go to like one of those, you go to like your mom, neighbor's, cousin's, friend's, son's birthday party, and his dude's name's Carlos. Happened to me before. I went to a ton of random birthday parties who I had no idea who the kid was, but doesn't matter. We were throwing that, getting that idea out there like a dart. Anyways, so parents absolutely loved this, so they shared on their Twitter, on their BlackBerry phone. They whipped it out and they started tweeting or whatever. Oh, this is pretty cool. Oh my gosh, my kids love it. They love bouncing around. Little fat Timmy also had fun too. And yeah, so a lot of these trampoline parks saw the huge growth, especially Sky Zone. They saw a huge increase of kids wanting to have birthday parties there at their trampoline parks. And I don't know about you, but getting into like a birthday niche is pretty hard to do, especially with like, I don't know if it was back then, but now like birthday trends are coming and going. It maybe sticks around for like a year. Like I remember a couple years ago, the biggest fad was lasers. I still have like a laser tag set like somewhere in my garage. I think I gave it to like my neighbors or whatever because we never use it. But a lot, like 2 of my birthday parties, I just like played laser tag with my friends. And that was it. We did nothing else except like play laser tag, and it was so much fun. With trampoline parks, right? You have a ton of these stores and trampoline parks coming together, and they're saying, we could exploit children for our monetary gain. So, around that time, since Twitter became popular, Facebook popular, it's like an exponential graph, but the graph just keeps on getting higher and higher and higher. Yeah, these trampoline parks saw a huge interest because kids wanted their birthday parties there, and parents didn't give a fuck about their child, so they just stood there and they just jorked it the whole time on their BlackBerry. You already have two major crime suspects of this this massacre, this genocide. Not a genocide, but you know what I mean. There's a huge murder. There was a huge murdering of all these family-owned trampoline parks that you're super nostalgic about. Blah blah blah. The two biggest suspects here. You have Big Trampoline Sky Zone killing off a lot of competition with their huge I'll go over and Timmy. So the first thing is Big Trampoline Sky Zone coming in, squashing the competition. And when I mean squashing, I mean the franchising that they did was astronomical. You had 5, 10, maybe even 13 Sky Zones maybe in your state. That's like a lot if you consider there's 50 states. Wait, what's 13 times 50?
It's 650.
Yeah, so they just had like a bit below. Sky Zone just had a bit below 500 stores across America, so that's still a lot. Like if you live in in a small state well, I say small, but it's Maryland. If you live in a small state like Maryland, like I do, that's still maybe a 20-minute drive away. You'll probably find a Sky Zone within each other, with all the fancy things that Sky Zone is bringing, that these niche family-friendly family-run trampoline parks are offering. The nostalgia bait Pinterest board, the Pinterest board stores that y'all are story facing over right now. Oh my gosh, it's my childhood, but in cool lighting. Oh, gasp! And it's the audio where it's one of those Fruitiger era audios over it. Soy facing right now. Oh my god, it's so cool. But yeah, with the heavy intense franchising they did, even in their company website they said they did intense franchising. Pull up the screenshots. There, right there. You see it right there. Even with these small companies, their poor souls didn't stand a chance. Yada yada yada. They couldn't survive the huge giant feet that Sky Zone had that stomped them to death. I love feet. Another reason for this is because even while Sky Zone was bringing competition for these family-friendly, family-run trampoline parks, another huge reason, the third main suspect, injuries. Oh my god, injuries. These, a lot of kids, I don't know about you, but owning a giant couple hundred square feet of trampolines, pretty hard to maintain. Even if you're a bouncy, even if you own if you're a bouncy franchiser, it's really expensive to maintain those inflatable balloon things. Even trampolines too. You have the springs, the mats that keep on breaking from fat Timmy, 300-pound 10-year-old 300-pound Timmy keeping it on cannonballing into the trampoline. The springs becoming loose for the trampolines. A lot of it is expensive, and insurances quickly realized that too. And they said, we're gonna up the price. So with the rising prices of insurance, a lot of these places, they couldn't really afford all the insurance prices because, you have Sky Zone coming in and taking everyone with their cool new playgrounds and their indoor pro Ninja Warrior. The American Ninja Warrior courses. If you don't remember that, you're an OG. You could, they had all those obstacle courses where you had to jump off ropes and shit. That was so much fun. That was the funnest thing ever. Oh, that's loud. That was the funnest thing ever. You could just jump off a rope, and you jumped off rope onto another rope, and it was the rope was a ladder, so you had to move to the other side to the string with a little circle base. There was American Ninja Warrior but just you pull up the picture now, pull up the video. You know exactly what I'm talking about now. Boom. Look at that.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Oh my god.
And he's a bit hung up.
Oh. Dude,
He's a bit.
so tough.
He's taking. He's good. No, Can't build up momentum.
Anyways, so yeah, a lot of these companies couldn't handle the air insurance money, and on top of that, nobody was going to them because another major reason, social media. Social media. But with the rising like amount, even a small video, right? A small video of a kid breaking his leg into two. Someone uploads that on Twitter. It gets maybe a 1,000 reposts, 1,000 quote tweets or whatever. A couple million views. But it's like those like, it's like on like a local page or whatever on like Facebook and whatnot. So a lot of people from the neighborhood see it and they stop going to that. So you have like a lot of people seeing like these videos. The parents are like, "Oh no, we can't take our children to these places. They're super dangerous. We can't do that. No, our children. Timmy's not good enough to go to these places. We'll stop taking our kids here." So parents are getting really scared that they're seeing kids on social media like breaking bones on trampolines, which I guess is like happens 1 in every 10,000 kids that go there. You don't really see that often. But a lot of people on social media are freaking out. My kid can break his bone. Oh no. And then they stop going. And that lowers a lot of traction for like those niche nostalgia boards. Those niche nostalgia boards on Pinterest. They're not getting a lot of attention because social media, because Facebook, Twitter. And Plebit too. Don't forget about Plebit. With places like Sky Zone, they don't really care because they're a huge, giant mega corporation, big trampoline. Like a big pharma, big media, big government. You got big trampoline too. Guys, get it? The joke is corruption.
Well, that's because it's corrupted. And it's all glitched.
Laugh. No. But Sky Zone, they really don't care because they have plenty of money to throw away, right? The insurance rates go up. So what? They have their own insurance. They don't care. They can just add more money into the growing pit of fire. Another major reason, I think I have five reasons now. Birthday culture. Guess what? Kids don't stick around for the same thing for over several years. These trampoline stores and whatnot, like Bounce You, like look at Bounce You. It's just like you just bounce around for like a couple hours on like a big fucking trampoline mega castle, like those inflatable castles. Inflation, pyrocynical commissions. All these places thrive off of birthday. Oh my god, birthday culture. They can't do anything if they don't have any birthdays going on. If no one goes to them, that's not good. With the big shift in birthday culture coming up with the release of like the Xbox 360, you got the Wii, you got the Nintendo Switch down that line. When was the Nintendo Switch released? When was the Nintendo Switch released?
Nintendo Switch was published the 3rd of March, 2017.
I remember that came out. Like the PlayStation 4 and 5, that too. Why do I have a gun there?
Why the fuck do you have a gun?
It's not a gun. Hold on, let me show you.
Yeah.
I just noticed this. It's in the far corner of my shot. It's a Han Solo blaster rifle replica. It's just there. It's Han's. It's not a gun. YouTube, look. It's Han Solo's blaster rifle. Does that look like a gun? No, it's not a gun. It's Han. It's literally. It's foam. The release of like PlayStation, Xbox, 360, I guess the Xbox One now. Kids are starting to move away from going to like huge places for their birthdays and starting to stay really at home for the holidays. What the fuck, the holidays? Their birthday. They're starting to stay home. Their dad made them like a Battlefront 1 for the Xbox 360, and they're playing on that. That release on the Xbox One. And they're at home playing that the whole day. Or maybe they're playing Overwatch 2. Or, yeah, maybe even better, Team Fortress 2.
And then, oh!
With the rising Are you gonna stop doing that? I'm talking to you. Do that again, and I'll disassemble you. I'm gonna replace that port of yours. You bad microphone. Yeah, you better not do that shit again. Don't ever mute on me again.
Do you understand why I had to punish you earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, why did I have to punish you?
Because of that picture.
Hey guys. Can you see I'm trying to talk to my microphone? Go. Leave us alone. You guys stop being such a bad microphone, or else I'm gonna have to touch you. I'm gonna have to open you up, and then I'm gonna have to. Alright, good thing that other people can't hear that. I'm watching you guys. Look away. I think this might get a little weird. Old ass microphone. I bought this in like 2020. Holy old. Pyrocynical fat joke here. Right. People no longer care. They're at home playing their video games, being scrolling on Plebit the whole time, and that's cool and all. But like, what else are you gonna do? You're not gonna go. Especially around like during like 2020, people, they're not gonna go outside, potentially get sick with COVID and die. But stop, bro. You're such a. Oh, circumcised. Hello, me. Get your ass over here. Lord, you're so annoying, bro. Alright. So yeah, people are moving away from around this time period, like late 2016, late 2017, early 2017. You have like the release when it came out 2017. You have like the release of like the Nintendo Switch, so people playing Overwatch and whatnot on their Xbox or like their Nintendo Switch. I played it on my Nintendo Switch when it came out, back when Overwatch was good and not just goy slop. And if you use Roadhog back in like Overwatch when it first came out, dude, Roadhog was so broken when he first came out. Like, I gotta go on the little side rant. Who's the other dude? He looked like a there's a one meme. He's like, oh, I have an idea, and he's like that Australian dude. Yeah, I gotta find him. Junkrat and Roadhog were absolutely broken. No, not Junkrat. I think it was Diva. I don't remember. But Overwatch sanitation out of the way. Crumpling up out of the way. Cool transition here. People moved away from trampoline parks. People have gotten older at this sort of point in time, and with the new generation coming up, they grew up on their iPads and stuff like that too, so they really couldn't care less about jumping around on a stupid trampoline for like an hour. We did. Now we have cool things like video games. So at this point in time, kids really couldn't care less about like trampoline parks. They're saying, oh, we're too cool. We're too amazing for trampoline parks. So trampoline parks too. They switch up on their day ones just like that. It's pretty crazy. Parents also kind of got sick of them because it's the same thing over and over again. Now, the last and final suspect that we have, COVID-19. COVID-19 killed every single small business out there. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this. It was in the news for like 6 years ago. Jesus, I feel old saying that. There was that one clip of that one dude turning from like young to really old from like Saving Private Ryan at the end, where he's like standing over like the grave. You know what I'm talking about. But with mega corporations having enough money to sustain themselves across the couple 2-3 years of COVID-19 happening, they had enough. They really like couldn't. They didn't really care that. I mean, of course everyone cared, but like money wise, I mean, what the fuck am I saying? I mean, I think like every store had to close down a couple of stores here and there. Like, I'm pretty sure McDonald's had to close down a couple due to COVID. But I'm not too sure about Sky Zone, the biggest corporation of trampoline parks. But I know for a fact that a lot of Bouncy is my personal favorite indoor trampoline park growing up. I loved that shit. That shit was amazing. Dude, Bouncy was so much fun. Like, it literally, looking back at it, it literally is like those nostalgia Pinterest boards in like those Dreamcore pictures. Like, you would bounce. I remember bouncing around for so long. The Bouncy I went to was pretty old. Like, even for me, it was old. Like, I remember going there like 2014, 2015, and like I think it opened up in like 2009, somewhere around there. Anyways, but it was pretty old, and like you like jump around, you like sit there and like lay there, and like I at least I used to do this. I used to lay down on like the trampoline on like the bounce castles, and like kids would be like, "Move out the way," and I'm like this one scene in Blade Runner 2049 where he's laying on the steps. That was basically me right there, just laying there, and kids are like, "Move out of the fucking way!" And I'm like, just like embracing everything. And then like you'd also find like random ass holes inside like the bouncy castles. Dude, those were the those were the times. But anyways, so this means that your mom and pop trampoline parks, on top of the growing insurance, on top of all the people not wanting to go, on top of COVID, on top of birthday culture changing, on top of the rise in social media leading to people not wanting to go and all that stuff, killed a lot of small businesses. So once COVID was over, they're not opening again. They learned their lesson. They said it's too expensive to maintain this stuff. I know the one in like there's this Adventure Zone or whatever it's called. I think it was Adventure Zone. It closed after COVID in like Rockville, I think. It closed in COVID during COVID, and that place has been like sitting like as a lot ever since. Here's what it looked like. Like even based off of these pictures, like look at this picture right here. Look at that. That looks so fun. Pretty much a dream picture, but it's not really. Because here's the thing. There's a big reason why a lot of people have started nostalgia baiting so hard. It's because honestly, we miss being kids. Like I'm at least going to be an adult turning this year. That's crazy that I'm saying that, but I'm going to be turning 18 pretty soon. And the fact that like I'm like reminiscing of like trampoline parks and I'm making a autistic rambling on why they closed is pretty crazy, because like they miss it. I miss it. Those Dreamcore boards on Pinterest aren't helping a lot. I feel like being a kid also is leading to like me, for at least me, this craving of wanting to go back to these trampoline parks and, you know, bouncing around like there's no tomorrow and living like it's like a Dreamcore picture. You're not a kid anymore. It's time to grow up. It's time to stop reminiscing of the past. Take off those tin-colored glasses, because the trampoline parks really weren't that fun, if I do say so myself. I mean, I'm pretty like fit, and me being a fat shud kid back then didn't really help having fun. I was like, I remember like I was usually out of breath. I was like panting and like sweating and shit like after I was done in the trampoline parks. I mind you, I had fun. I think like one of my first YouTube videos was me in the trampoline park jumping into like the back rooms or whatever. Pull up the video. Haha. There you go. Cool, right? Yeah. Anyways, let's go over that again. Social media making parents not wanting to take their kids anymore because you have a ton of kids breaking their bones, on insurance rates becoming too high for people, for small businesses not being able to sustain themselves. You have Big Trampoline taking all the competition. Side tangent on Big Trampoline, like I think I already said this before, but Sky Zone did a really great job in killing a lot of competition by even surviving through COVID-19. Yeah, they survived a lot through COVID-19. There's still like a couple hundred stores left in like across America. How many Sky Zone locations exist?
Here's an answer from Wikipedia.
By 2021, the company had more than 150 trampoline parks around the world. That's pretty crazy. I thought it was 500. I'm wrong. But, yeah, they still survive. They have a lot of 150 stores. Imagine 150 stores. Yeah, imagine that. That's pretty easy to imagine. Even so, surviving through the pandemic means that like you're gonna have like no competition coming out of the pandemic. So I mean, you're pretty much come out as king. Good for Sky Zone. Good for them. And you finally have COVID-19, the final nail in the coffin. So let's go over one last thing before we end off things. Why do we see things differently? What I'm trying to say is why do you remember things in such a very different light that they always were? Like, if you think back to your childhood memories, are they all going to be in that liminal space type nostalgia core filters? No, not really. No, of course not. What the fuck am I trying to say? Shout out to Karina for editing this amazing video. My final point in this video I'm going to make, nostalgia core and nostalgia baiting is becoming a big issue, at least for me. I'm starting to miss these places more and more as the years go by. So I guess cherish those memories now, really, because you might forget them in a couple years. Go out to that trampoline park. Go to Sky Zone, because all the other places are closed forever. No one... It's so hard to come across like a niche mom and pop trampoline park, because they're all gone from stupid fucking COVID-19. But yeah, look at those nostalgia core paintings and pictures. A big reason why I started to do this video, I saw this one exact video, 2 swags I explored in an abandoned trampoline park. Here, let me find the exact name of the thing. Exploring an abandoned trampoline park with everything left inside. That video was so good. I love that video so much. It was like literally just Dreamcore the video. Like look at this trampoline park. Would you want to go and jump in that? Look at how cool that is. Look, I want to be there. I want to be there right now. But for like a day or two, like for 24 hours, I guess, for the past 24 hours, I've been thinking about whatever happened to these places. Why have we stopped going to them? Or at least me. Like if you search on YouTube, trampoline park videos, everything's from like 2 or maybe even 4 years ago, because I know 2020 was a long time ago. Or maybe even 5 years ago, because 2019 was... Wait, 2020 was 6 years ago. Holy shit. 10 years ago.
7 years ago.
8 years ago. I want to go back to a trampoline park, but unfortunately for me, I'm almost 200 pounds, and I might break a hole. I might break a hole through the trampolines like Timmy. So... like, I've just been thinking about these trampoline parks and why I've never gone to one ever since COVID happened. And I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I should go back to one. And, like, I don't know, liminal spaces that have become a huge trend. So, liminal spaces also equal nostalgia. Nostalgia means you miss something. Wah. You're reminiscing. You're having fun of it. But, yeah. That's it for this video. Goodbye. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. My autistic rambling that probably makes sense. I hope it does. If it doesn't, I'm going to make this video all over again. But,
Again, he's already done it.
I've already done this once, and my mic was too loud, and I wasn't saying anything coherent. So I just got the whole thing. It's Isaac lost footage. If for my previous 1,200 subscribers wondering why I changed my name, I'm done reposting Instagram videos onto YouTube because nobody on YouTube Shorts has Instagram humor, and everyone on YouTube Shorts sucks. It's true. It's just all slop at this point.
You were that person once.
I was that person once, which is sad to say, but it's true. But thank you. I decided to rebrand. My name is super cool and unique, so I just decided to put that as my name. I'm no longer Mixer Memes. I said this. No more meme slop. No more Instagram slop. Thank you for listening to my autistic rambling for about like maybe 20-ish minutes or however long I'm editing this down to, and however many minutes of memes are just in here. But thank you so much for watching. I wanted to wish you a happy new year. Make 2026 strong and not goon-alicious. Don't goon. No more gooning this year. And, yeah. Bye-bye.